Steve, why did you decide not to play James until the fourth?
Well, I'm not going to go into detail, but this is all part of development as a young player. You got to take care of your business, and everything matters. And so this was just the reaction to him missing the test and not being able to practice last night. That hurt us, and so that was the reason he did not play in the first half. I'm not going to go into any more detail than that because that's private team business, but that was the reason.
What did you think about the way Wiseman responded in the fourth quarter?
He was great. He was great. He responded exactly as I had hoped he would. He looked like he was a little angry out there, and he really competed, and he played with good energy, and that bodes well. So he'll be back out there next game.
When you see that kind of response, do you feel like this was a one-time lesson for him?
I just think when you're 19 and you have so little experience, everything matters. Everything comes into play, and he's just a great young man. We're lucky to have him, and we are trying to help him become the player that he can become. And so that's he's got everything he needs, and so there's going to be some lessons along the way, and that's all part of being a rookie and inexperienced.
Was the initial plan before the missing of the test for him to be in there at the start of the second quarter?
Yeah. He was going to be in with that group, but missing the practice last night changed the equation.
What did you think about that second unit, given that it was kind of altered with everything?
Well, they really struggled in the second quarter. They got into trouble, with a lot of fouls right away. I think we had 4 fouls in the first 2 minutes, and the Clippers zone hurt us. We didn't get good looks against the zone. There's some young guys in that group, and so it's to be expected. There are going to be some struggles, but I like the potential. I like the energy that they showed, and they bounced back and played much better in the fourth quarter.
If you've talked about you've got to earn your minutes, specifically with Wiseman, do you think because he's the number 2 overall and so young, it's even more pressing? Are you putting that on him to really have to earn his minutes right now?
I think that's always part of the equation, Tim. You have to prove it in this league. If you want to be Steph or Draymond, then you got to do what those guys did. And guess what? Both those guys were benched to their rookie year. Both those guys had to fight. So even the superstar players have to earn their way in this league. So that's part of the deal for everybody. So that's pretty simple.
I know you didn't want to get the details, but generally, what was his response when you told him, and when did you tell him that?
I'm not going into any of that. That's all private.
Steve, at what point did you sense the game was getting away?
Well, even at halftime, it was only 16 or 14. We were right there if we make a push, and so the beginning of the third quarter was disappointing. We gave away some easy hoops right away, and by the time we really kicked into gear defensively and started fighting, we were already down 25 points, so it was too late. So the game got away from us there those first few minutes of the third quarter.
The cameras caught Steph really kind of, trying to get the guys going. I think it was the third quarter. Was that as frustrated a sideline as you guys have had maybe this season? I mean, I know there was some bad games early in the year, but
yeah, I think so. The difference, early in the year, it felt like we just had a long way to go, and so there was frustration, but we knew we were going to get better. And I think the frustration was greater tonight because we have proven that we can be competitive and win games. And we made it a lot of strides over the last 6-7 weeks, and we were not competitive tonight. We did not bring it. And I think that was Steph's frustration. That was Draymond's frustration. And so that's my job as head coach. I got to make sure that we find a way to get competitive again, because that was a really disappointing, poor effort tonight.
Are you committed to the Mannion, Poole, Wiseman second unit moving forward?
Sure. Yeah, I'm not. This isn't something I'm just going to do for one game. So I'm going to play those guys together. I like the potential, and we got a couple of guys who can run pick and roll and are really good passers, and we got James diving to the rim. There's a lot of potential there, but you don't just put a group like that out for a game or two and lose faith. You've got to give it a chance. And we spent the first half of the season playing a second unit that never really got any traction. So it just feels like a good time to try a different tack. And as I said, we'll stick with it.
Coach, you were talking about young talent. So what would you like to see from your younger guys as far as their basketball development in the second half of the season?
It's all just about the total game, connecting the game at both ends. Good defense leads to good offense and vice versa. And winning basketball is nothing more than stacking together one solid play after another. And there's a lot of detail that goes into that. So our young players have to continue to learn the details, continue to stack good plays together, learn how to build momentum, and learn how to win games.
You to follow up on James, it's clear how much you like him. It's clear how much his teammates like him. But like we talked about last week, he really seems to fall into a hole of self-doubt sometimes. What makes you confident that he will bounce back from this episode instead of falling further down into questioning himself?
I don't agree with that, Nick. He's a 19-year-old, unbelievably gifted player. In his rookie year, he's really playing well. Played 3 college games. If you want to go back and look at the history of this league and guys like, Kobe or Anthony Davis, or I don't know, pick any one of a number of rookies who became great players. It's a struggle. It's a struggle. There's very few rookies who, in the history of this league, who just came out ready to play, especially in the modern era where guys don't go to school and don't spend a few years, preparing for the NBA. So James is doing great. Are you kidding me? All he's enduring is the normal ups and downs of what a 19-year-old young player goes through in the NBA. He's playing against men now, and but you look at some of the things he's done. You look at the way he responded tonight in the fourth quarter, the things he's capable of, and the kind of person he is. I have no doubt James is going to be a great player. And as I mentioned tonight, it's all part of learning how to be a pro and taking care of your business, and he understands that.
What I would say is just you don't hear a lot of younger players acknowledge, hey, it's been tough. And we've seen him a lot this year, kind of shrug his shoulders and head to the end of the bench and just get down emotionally and have guys pick him up. That's all. That it seems like it's been a struggle for him emotionally to lift himself up when he has gotten down.
Well, again, that's at 19 with very little experience and someone who cares that much. To me, that's a great sign. I love his frustration. His frustration shows how much he cares. To be perfectly frank, I've known a lot of 7-footers over the years in the NBA who basically played because they were 7 feet. Somebody told him you should play basketball. That's not James. James loves the game. So his frustration is a sign of his passion. And it's a great indicator of what kind of player he's going to become. But we're in an age where we're going to judge, right away, 25 games into a guy's career, even though he's 19 and played 3 college games. Everyone's going to judge because that's where we are. We just have so many outlets, and everyone's got a voice, and so this is going to be discussed and everything else. None of that matters. What matters is his development, and tonight was a part of his development. He's getting better. He's going to be better in a couple of weeks. He's going to be better in a couple of months, and look out in a couple of years. So give him some space, give him some time. This kid's going to be amazing.
But just to kind of cap this off, you think he can block it all out? You think he can block out all the noise that seems to be around because of the way he started?
I want all of you to picture yourselves at 19. And how many of us could just block it out at 19? None of us, right? Modern life and being a professional athlete, 2021 is really difficult. And so part of the deal for James is understanding how to handle the noise and handle everything that's coming his way. And it is not easy, but he's doing great. He's doing great.
You mentioned the need to get him more minutes moving forward. If he was just in that second unit, that would probably be 12 minutes a game. Do you expect to also get him back, maybe even in the starting lineup?
His minutes are going to go up. His minutes are going to go up. I'll just leave it at that.
You took Wanamaker out of the second unit and you put Poole and Mannion in. Did you consider, obviously I would imagine that's Mannion is the lead guard. Did you think about Poole as a lead guard possibly, since he has played some of those minutes, or do you see him moving in that direction at some point?
Jordan's really a combo guard. He's not a point guard. He can handle the ball and he can make plays, but he's a combo guard. That's what he's best suited at. So that's where we're going to play him.
Damian didn't really until the game was Damian Lee didn't get into the game until it was a little out of hand. You needed some juice on offense. Is he going to be part of the rotation, or is he, kind of odd man out at this point?
I would love to have everybody be part of the rotation. It's just not possible. I love all these guys. They all deserve to play. They're all good enough to play. But it's not how it works. Generally, you can play 10 guys. So every game will be a little bit different, but everybody on our team's got to be ready to go. And if they don't get in, then they got to be ready to go the next game. And that's all part of being a pro.